Anyways, guys, I gotta go to bed, man. I'm falling asleep. It's 4:30.
Wow.
So
Queb, you're a champion. Thank you so much for
Yes.
staying
I was
as long as
I
you
was
always
supposed
do.
to stay. I was supposed to stay till 3 a.m., which was an hour and a half ago, and then it was like, let's get Jimmy in here, and we're like, oh, gotta stay a little bit longer. Yeah,
Well, that was
thank you so much
very,
for
very
having me,
sweet of
guys.
you. Thank you.
Thanks
Jimmy,
for
thank you
inviting
so
me.
much. Yeah, thanks for joining, man. That's funny. It's
I
hilarious.
appreciate you guys coming on.
The two fanboys, the biggest PKA fanboys, right here.
Dang,
They have
I literally,
34
at
million
one point-
subscribers between them.
I watched every single one of your videos, Woody. Like seriously, like hundreds.
Man,
of
Woody,
them.
listen, I watch so much of your shit too. I told you I emailed you. What is
No,
it?
I'm
Mail
pretty sure-
Monday.
Did you write me for Mail Monday?
Yeah.
I did too. I don't remember what I did, but I did. I also though I had an old video on my channel. Obviously, a lot of my older videos are deleted, and this one's 100% gone. But I had a video talking about how I had watched all Woody's videos. Like literally, I made a video like because I went back and all the videos I'd never seen, I watched them, and then I made a video saying I've watched all of Woody's Gamer Tags videos, and I thought I was so proud of it at the time.
I'm not worthy of all this.
That's really kind of you. Yeah.
Anyways, guys,
That's really
I'm gonna
cool,
go
man.
to bed.
See
Woody,
ya.
do you want to
All
say
right.
you want to say something? I thought you were gonna say something. I thought you were gonna cry or something.
No, stop.
All right, guys, take care.
All
All
right.
right. See you later, Queb.
Bye.
Do we wrap here?
Sure.
Uh,
One last thing. Didn't you do a video one time about like investing?
Yes. Yeah.
Was it just like one video?
It was one good one and then a second one. Is how I would describe it.
Dude,
It's not that
I'm
this,
telling you, have no idea. Younger than me, I watched that, and you talked about like I think you talked about compound interest.
get rich
and, like,
slowly. Yeah. 22.
yeah, and how like with a little bit of money at the start, you can make a few $1 million over a long period. But that blew my mind, and that like really did change because I was very young when I watched that, and like I think that had a big impact on my life. Every time I heard anything about investing, I always thought like Woody told me, like if you just start with a little and give it time, you can make millions of dollars.
A couple years have passed, and every so often people like hit me up on Reddit or something and tell me that they follow that advice, and it's like where they are now and how they're on the path. And there's a few videos I've made that I'm really proud of and that they had a positive impact, and that's one of them. So I feel really good about that one. People want more, and it's like, I almost just want to make the first one again so people see it.
100%. Yep.
But I have this idea about sudden wealth, and I'll lay it out for you. So if you're in a position where wealth gets dropped on you, or maybe you have a short career that's incredibly, like the revenue is fantastic, I think about like, what do you do, right? If you make $1 million a year, should you live like a millionaire? And I think this applies to you, but I'm also thinking like UFC fighters or basketball players or whatever. And the guideline I like to give is like, you should live like you are annually making 10% of your net worth, right? So if you're worth $2 million, you can have a lifestyle of someone who makes 200 grand. And then as that ratchets up, right? If you do that next year, maybe you do it again. Now you have $4 million. You can live like someone who makes 400 grand a year. And if you do that, then you will both live nicely and have a beautiful nest egg at the end of it, at which point, you come out of this and say, all right, now I can start figuring out my investing strategy and my long-term lifestyle strategy, right? It wouldn't shock me if you followed that, and then at 28 years old, I'm making this up and don't take it as insulting, your career's over, right? You've had 7 more years on YouTube just exploding and things go fantastic for you. It would be wonderful if at, what does that make you, 28 years old? You find yourself worth, I don't know, $25 million, $35 million or more, and having lived a nice life on the way there, right? Because right now, you're in your revenue accumulation thing, right? You're making profits. It's almost a distraction to try to figure out, a long-term investing strategy. But if you just...
It is.
Yeah, right?
Right now, my long-term investing strategy is my YouTube channel. But like, YouTube's going to have like easily a decade run as the biggest video sharing platform. Like, there isn't a competitor. And it's like, honestly, like, what better? Because like, yeah, I own I did, and I've tried real estate and all that stuff, but like there is no better investment than my YouTube channel. There just isn't. Period. You know, like just
I
throwing money.
agree.
Like
That's where your time should be focused, you know? And
Yeah.
on the other hand, I do love what Queb is doing and is diversifying in his video games and his real estate. And that's all great. But like for you, like I would just love to see you sort of, you know, to turn what you're doing into a profit center of some sort, at least keep some of it for you and live on 10% of your net worth, right? I don't know. I couldn't even guess what your net worth
Yeah, but
is.
live on is different because I don't spend shit. Like I drive a shit car and I have a very average house. Like it's literally 100% my videos. Like I bought a BMW i8 and I tried that lifestyle, but I don't care for it. Like literally all I want in life is to be successful, and that's where all my money goes.
Because
That's
there are
awesome,
a lot
man.
of people who would make $1 million and not realize that that's not a forever thing, right? But I think if you're in like YouTube entertainment or if you're an athlete or et cetera, then you have to realize like how I think an average pro NFL player works 3 years, right? He's got a
Really?
3, yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Booted fast.
And Taylor, do you have any guess what an average NHL player would play?
Oh, NHL probably like 3, 4. Yeah, I mean, pretty much every pro sport, you don't hear about the guys who only stick around for a few years, but that's most of them.
Right. Right. So those guys making 800 grand for 3 years should be living on 10% of their net worth. And then when that's all wrapped up, they'll find themselves with a couple million in their pocket ready to start the next phase of their life. And that's what I would wish upon you. You know, in your case, hopefully tens of millions of dollars. And when you start the next phase of your life, you're like, all right, well, that was cool. What's next? You know?
That is interesting about the football players. And isn't it like 60% of basketball players go broke, right?
Right?
I think, yeah, NFL and NBA, they like a huge percentage of them go bankrupt within like 7 years or some shit.
When
after
you put it
retiring.
like that, though, how Woody did, it makes a lot more sense. 'Cause I always wondered how, but it's like they're thinking they're gonna have these long careers. They spend their first year's paycheck on a car and a house, their second one on other stupid stuff, and then like it's all over, and they barely have enough money to pay like the bills. Yeah.
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 Yeah. They're making 800 grand a year in the NBA, not realizing that that's a 3-year span of their life. If they
Yeah.
had lived on, you know, the first year 80 grand, the next year 160, and the last year 240 grand, then they would have finished on the other side of that with millions in the bank and ready to kick off whatever's next. You know, and
Well, I do think it is, though, to bring it back to me, a different scenario. Because I mean, if anything, my YouTube channel is an asset that technically, I would never sell it. Like that's not even a thought, but technically, it is an asset and it is valuable. You know what I mean? Like
it is.
channels
yeah.
this size would go for, I mean, I don't even have to say it, but dumb amounts of money. And obviously, like my videos autopilot, like the minimum views I can pull a day because my catalog is just so interesting and they consistently get views is like 4 million views a day. Like if I went 20 days without uploading every day, I would pull 4 million views like clockwork.
But
Wow.
just to throw this out, like, what if the YouTube algorithm changes in a way that doesn't favor your channel, right? What if they heavily emphasize now YouTube wants to be like freaking Better Call Saul clip shows and crap like that, you know?
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. I mean, like it's pretty easy though. You just look at who benefiting from the change and who's hurting, and then you just draw conclusions. And I talk with dozens of YouTubers weekly on mastermind calls and things like that. I mean, it would take like 2 weeks to identify the change, and then I would just implement it and start doing well. Any algorithm change can be easily found, and then you just adjust. And like that's the biggest thing is I'm just not hard headed. Like I'm willing to adjust and do whatever. You know what I mean? Like
Super.
it's whatever.
Back
you
in the
know?
day, there were mastermind calls like that, but we weren't very masterful at understanding.
Oh, dude, I have 3 separate weekly mastermind calls. 2 of them I set up myself, and yeah, we literally assign each other homework. We're like, you go study this, you go study that. But we're at the point where there's nothing else to study. Like it's pretty straightforward now. The algorithm's been the same for years.
Yeah,
It's
you.
just
I'm you or maybe the new gen of guys. I think has it worked out in a way that the old schoolers did not.
yeah, that's hiring people. It's investing everything and just putting a lot of emphasis on the ideas and just I mean basically that just in going above and beyond and making sure you always differentiate yourself. Like you just can't find content like this anywhere else. And if other people start doing it, I'm just gonna go bigger because, like I said before, I'm just literally crazy. I don't care, and I think that's why I'm so big and I'm going to keep going big because I'm just not afraid to spend lots of money and I'm not afraid to invest lots of time and I'm just not afraid of any of it. and I'm not afraid of falling off. I'm confident in my ability to just differentiate myself, and I just don't see why people would stop watching as long as I'm, spending 10 times more and investing 10 times more effort into every video.
It's interesting. Yeah, I was the opposite. I was always not afraid of falling off, but predicting and knowing that I would fall off, right? And I would compare it to TV shows, right? Like I don't know what's a modern show that fell off, the Veep or Game of Thrones.
Or better one would just be Disney Channel. Like, Disney Channel used to pump out stars left and right, but now like no one knows who the hell is even on there anymore.
And I
Where
don't
the
know
hell
that,
is Taj Mowry now? Not such a smart guy.
with Disney, I don't know. Did their shows get worse, which is possible, or did people just get tired of that show? Right, which is always how I saw myself. Like, I don't think Mail Monday got worse. I think I just answered all the friend zone questions that there were to answer. Enough is enough. And so I always sort of prepared for the end. And then when that end came, the Minecraft thing came. And then when that end came, I was like,
oh my God. I forgot about woodycraft.net. Oh my God, dude. I used to play on your faction server. I don't remember if you had other stuff. But dude, I used to no life factions. Literally, I had the highest rank on your, like, I'd pay for it. And I mean, like, dude, I would have like 100 wall, like, on all 4 directions, and like.
What was your faction name?
Oh, do you know how long? I have videos on my channel of me playing on woodycraft.net.
Was it Goodfellas? Was it?
No, we were never like a top one.
You weren't a top.
Yeah, it was always like, because I would like tweet out that like, who wants to help me mine resources, and like pay people to help me like collect resources to build walls and things like that. Like, I was very.
You should have tapped into
like
Colin.
Company.
Colin would help you. Colin was like one of the big wall builders on Woodycraft. They'd make him a member of the faction, and he would just grind and grind. He liked making walls, and just whatever.
Wait. Let me see if I can find this video for you real quick. Yeah, wait, like this one right here is probably Woodycraft, because I have some older faction videos. They're like literally 5 years ago. Maybe this one? I don't know. I didn't click on it. I'm just looking at the thumbnails.
That's crazy. You started your channel so young.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And this isn't even my first channel. I had one before. I was literally 12.
I recognized it said Woodycraft, but prior to that I recognized the font and the colors for the ranks in like an instant. Oh yeah. Optic Jetta. I know a lot of these top names.
Really?
Yeah. What was your Minecraft name?
Here, I don't want to say it.
Oh, you don't want to say. All right, that's fair. It might.
Well, no, but I'll type it right here. There you go. I believe that is what it was.
I don't mean to be a jerk. I don't know that I ever noticed Jimmy's. Oh.
Yeah, no,
Jimmy,
you probably didn't. I mean,
I think I just said it. I'm such an idiot.
Like, literally, who cares? There's no reason for it.
Yeah, but it's funny just watching this. Reminds me of old school stuff. You got a little spawner going on there. Looks like you're grinding some gunpowder.
Wait, is this my base, or did I raid a base? I think I'm raiding a base here.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
You're repairing walls. That's.
Oh wait, no, that is mine. Oh
Yeah.
I don't remember which one, because obviously there's multiple wipes and stuff, and so I played through a few generations.
Yeah,